Alright, what is up, y'all? Juice is here back with another video. And today I got a lot to talk to you guys about because there's been a lot of talk about if MK1 is better than MK11 or if MK11 is still under MK1. And today I'm going to compare with you guys because I want to see what you guys' opinion is. And I'm going to bring up some valid things to talk about between each game so that way we can really get down into the nitty-gritty on which one really is a better game overall. So before we get into this, make sure you guys drop a like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, and let me know if you guys think MK11 is better than MK1 or if MK1 is better than MK11. So let's get right into it. I want to start off with the arenas. So MK1, as you guys can see, has a lot of more detailed, bright kind of maps. There are not really a lot of dark maps in MK1. The ones that are dark maps are definitely great dark maps, but a lot of the theme for MK1 was more centered around light, bright, beautiful backgrounds, things like that. You know, a more lavish life is what Liu Kang seemed to have wanted to paint in this game, which is why we got a lot of the bright maps like the ones that you see on the screen here. Cage Mansion is bright. Sundo is bright. Wuxi Academy is bright. There's even this one map in Mortal Kombat 1. It's called the Hanging Gardens, and it's like literally like pink trees hanging over, and it's like a lot of bright maps that we see in MK1 versus MK11. So as you can see in MK11, we have more darker maps like the Chaosian Age, Goro's Lair, Prehistoric Age, Wuxi Dragon Grotto. Those are like more darker maps, and there's plenty of other darker maps in MK11, but MK11 doesn't have a lot of bright maps like MK1 has. So I think that right there, the whole theme of MK1 already shows that it's a more brighter kind of game versus MK11 is. All right, so now we're going to talk about the characters. So as you can see right here, the character designs that's in MK11 are a little more detailed, like in the design. They went with a lot more armor, a lot more sleeve pads, arm pads, leg pads, a lot more accessories on the players. Their designs on the characters' designs have a lot more. The character designs on MK11 has a lot more details in them, a lot more engraves, a lot more medals and things like that, versus MK1 seems to be a little more on the basic side, where they went with a lot more just cloth, less clothing as possible, less accessories as possible. Next, I want to talk about the graphics on MK11 versus MK1. So, from my own opinion, I will say I don't think it's a big difference in graphics on MK11 versus MK1. It seems like the characters are a lot more detailed on MK1. You can definitely tell that there's more details on the characters in MK1, but the choice of character lighting and their face models, I won't say it's too much different than MK11, which isn't really a good thing, because if they're supposed to be on a new engine, as they said they are, you should be seeing a bigger difference between the games than what we're currently seeing. But we're not seeing that much big of a difference. So don't really know for sure if they did go with the new engine. If they did, then I would say they probably need to work some more on the character lighting and the face models for the characters, because in game, during gameplay, they don't really look so well at all. And I would actually prefer the MK11 in-game faces than MK1, because MK1 has a lot less lighting on the character, and it's not really a well balanced either. And lastly, I want to talk about the stances, because there's a lot of complaint on some of the stances that I've seen, and people didn't really like the choice of stances that they had in MK1 over MK11. So if we're going to be comparing some of these stances in MK1 to MK11, which I've also noticed that one of the things they took out that I kind of don't like they did is that in MK11, if the character is standing for a while, they'll actually do like a taunt or a little emote and things like that, like kind of just taunt their player just standing there, which is like a nice little cool thing that they decided to add in 11 that they took out in 1, which I don't know why. I mean, that's not something that you're going to just stand there and look at each other and let the characters taunt, but it's just a nice little detail to have in the game to show that they actually put some time into the animations, that they came up with that kind of idea. I will say that the stances, though, for sure, in the MK1 are better than the ones in 11, but I disagree with that with my own thing, only with Sub-Zero. I don't like Sub-Zero's stance in MK1. It's too loose. It doesn't really give, like, a sense of he's an actual ninja versus MK11. You can kind of see that he actually is he has a posture, you know, in his stance, and he also has, like, a firmness in his stance that you can see. He knows what he's doing. He's actually a well-trained fighter versus MK1. He gives kind of a loose fighting style, which I don't really like, especially when it's a ninja character. It doesn't make sense because ninjas are not loose fighters. They're very balanced fighters. They're very trained. They know what they're doing, and they usually typically have a fighting style. But it could be a thing because since Scorpion is Kuai Liang in this game, they would give him kind of a similar stance that Kuai Liang would do versus Bihan, but still, I still don't like that theory because it's still Sub-Zero. So to close this out, I think that there are a lot of more things that I do like from MK11 than MK1, which would consist of the more darkness of the game, also the face models in the game, and then I would say the features, if I did count features and content, because MK11 definitely has more features and content than MK1 does. But I will say that in the gameplay side and the character models side, I will give that over to MK1 because I don't really like over detailed and designed clothing on the characters. I feel like it kind of gives a more bulky look on characters that I don't really like. I don't like a bulky look on characters. If the character is not supposed to be built, I don't like a bulky look on the character. So I will give that to MK1 as far as character designs as well as the gameplay side. MK1 definitely has a better gameplay and it definitely has better character designs in my own opinion. But I will give the stages and I will give a few of the stances to 11. I'll also give the stances side to MK1. But a few of the stances I do prefer better in MK1 than I do in MK11. And there's also ones that in MK11 I like over MK1. So I will overall say both games have their advantages and disadvantages. If you did ask for my own opinion on which one I would play more, it would definitely be MK1 though. But if you guys disagree or agree, let me know down in the comment section. And don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you know every time I upload more videos, because there will be a lot more videos coming in the next couple of days. So thank you guys. Much appreciation. Thanks for your continued support. Stay hydrated. Get you some juice.